Hello everyone and welcome to Lauren Loves Color. This is Lauren. I have a triple flip and first impressions video for you today. I received these three lovely books, and so I want to take a moment and just kind of look through them and give you my first impressions so that you can determine whether or not this is a book you might be interested in for yourself. So let's go ahead and get started. We will start with this first one. This is hot off the press. This is the first color by number book from Alexandra Franzese. Of course, as soon as she mentioned she was doing something color by number, I instantly was intrigued. Color by number is my jam. It's something that I color in rather frequently, so I was definitely drawn to the fact that she was doing something that was color by number. Now, she has a floral mandala book. The floral mandala book that she has right now is non-color by number and a bit more detailed than this one. Let's see. Here we go. This is what the other one looks like. Sorry for not being like super ultra prepared. But you can definitely see there are some similarities between the two books. Now, this book, the Floral Mandalas book that she has right now, pretty detailed in design. According to the sample page that I saw from this color by number book, I think it is slightly less detailed, but we are going to take a look and see what it looks like. So this one too, if you're interested in this one is also available on Amazon and one of the first books that she published on her own. So let's take a look here. That is the front. Here is what the back of the book looks like. It says easy to color by number, floral inspired mandalas. Pages are doubled, so you have 30 designs with numbers and 30 without numbers. So I guess you can kind of decide to do and to follow the color by number. And then if you're not wanting to do the color by number, you can definitely do something on your own. I think that's suiting for something that is color by number because there are people, or for mandalas specifically, because certainly when you're coloring, sometimes you just want to do them on your own. Sometimes you want to do them, with a color by number. I don't know. Let me know your thoughts down below as to whether or not you like the duplicates in this book. I don't mind it for this one. I do think sometimes the duplicates in other books are a little bit unnecessary. I don't think people use them very often. And, but in this one, I could definitely see how some people might want to do that. So she mentions there is also information about the artist there. She talks about this being the first color by number book that she's made. I'm really excited about that. Now, this is also what I'm really excited about and to see here is, so she has Allie's chart. Allie is what she goes by for short for Alexandra. And she has, it looks like an 18 color palette here. So let's see. She does seem to follow. She goes pink, red, orange, yellow, green. She's 3 greens, a teal, 3 blues, 3 purples. So color palette seems pretty good. I like that it's not too many colors here. Definitely nice that she has that. What I don't see, yeah, she doesn't have it on the back. So a lot of color by number books, I have one in front of me right now. So Jade Summer, for example, on the back of the book or on the inside of the book will actually have like what the shades are. Now in a mandala book, I don't think it matters as much because it doesn't matter what shade of pink you're looking for or exactly what, if you want a warmer pink or a cooler tone pink or anything like that. But a lot of people do, like myself included, to have something that has the specific, something like the colors actually on the book on the front or back, or, on an inside page, or something that has the actual color shades. Usually it's on the back of the book. So it can kind of show you what you're looking for. I like that she doesn't include white in here. Sometimes we see that. And I don't think she has too many of one particular color. Jade Summer's an excellent example of too many colors. This is a 30 color palette. This one you can see there's like 4 different yellows. Well, for somebody who may have like a 50 marker set, that's really, really hard to match. All of these I think are going to be fairly hard to match with the exception of one color down here. When you get to 3 purples, this can be hard. Smaller marker sets don't seem to have a wide variety of purples. Sometimes they also don't have varieties of oranges. I think you could probably make it work with 2 oranges here, but the purple might be where some people get a little bit of a hiccup with being able to match their markers to that set. So that would be my only suggestion about the color palette itself. Other than that, I do like I said, the 18 colors I think is perfect. I like how she has them lined out here so you can kind of swatch and determine how you want to what you want. And you can even, there's a spot to make your own color palette. So if you want to just choose some random colors or a color palette that you like, you can do that there and make your own colors, which is really, really fun. All right, so let's get into the pages here. So This definitely feels inspired by the other floral mandala book she has, but the spaces, what I like about this is the spaces are quite a bit bigger. So again, if I look at the floral mandala book here, one thing I was worried about before I saw the sample images was I was slightly worried if these spaces were still going to be really small like this, and they're definitely not. She definitely opened it up a bit more. You don't need, at least from looking at these first couple pages, like an ultra fine marker. You could definitely use permanent marker. You could use your regular bullet tip or brush markers, alcohol markers, pencils, crayons. The images are nice. The numbers are like a light gray color. I would say they're comparable to what you would see in Sun Life Drawing. The numbers are placed really nicely. I don't have any problem reading what the numbers are. So, I mean, that's really great for a first time doing color by number. Those are usually some of the common mistakes that I see. Everything is also single-sided, so very, very easy to use alcohol markers on here. This is nice. I think she did an excellent job. The other thing too that I know some people like to see is a color palette on the left-hand side of the page. So let's use, I have a Sun Life Drawing book here, for example. So on the left-hand side of the page, you can see here the color palette listed for the colors that are used for the page. There are other illustrators like Sach and Sach Diva who just list the entire color palette for reference here, or else you are having to flip back and forth, you know, to the front of the book and going like, and because it's not on the first page, you're having to, you know, put a tag here or something and kind of go like, okay, what's number 1, what's number 2, what's number 3, and to flip back and forth. It would be nice if it was hard to do just the color palette you're using listed on the left-hand side, do the entire color palette on each page, so then it was easy to reference, you know, while you're coloring. Or else, let me see, is this in an area where I can cut this out? Yes, this at least is on a page that you could also just cut this page out and then just use this as a reference page and kind of stick it in your book. Sorry, I lost my page for where I was, but I know I couldn't have been that far. I think I was here. All right, so let's flip through the book. Again, really, really lovely designs, lovely illustrations. I think she's done a fantastic job with this book. Really nice variety. No obvious errors or issues that I see. She's definitely proofread this very well. And until I color a page, it's a little hard to tell. Sometimes, you know, in color by number books, there'll be a number missing from somewhere or something like that. Obviously, I'm not going to be coloring a full page today, so I won't be able to share that with you. But I definitely will be coloring a page out of this book for my finished pages for the end of the month. So you'll get to see it there, and I'll share my experience with you there. This indicates the second half of the book. I like how she has kind of a page marker there to use that. Just use the previous pages as a guide or make your own colors. So these are all just the same images without the numbers. So you can kind of color it on your own, how you like. Again, really curious to hear from you guys down below in the comments. Do you like that this additional section is in here? Or do you wish she just had more unique color by number designs? Let me know your thoughts. All right, I'm not going to flip through all of these because you just saw all of these images. Let's go ahead and skip to the back of the book. Okay, so she does have here a nice bonus page. This is nice. I do like this. I saw this in Joshua Dunbar's book as well, where she has a bonus page here from her Amazing Patterns by Alexandra Franzese. Just scan the QR code on the next page for all of her books available on Amazon. I like that too. I like the ability to be able to look at a catalog of books from that author illustrator, especially if you buy a book and you go, I really like this line of books and want to get more. You have the ability to do that. So she has a QR code up there. Please remember to leave a review on Amazon. You can post your color pages in her Facebook group and Instagram. You can get featured in her Insta stories. New books are released once a month. That's really cool. Great rate of fun to relax and have fun. So fantastic. And she has her Facebook group listed down there. So really, really nice. Really great job. And first color by number book, yay, from Alexandra Franzese. I'm very, very excited about this one. This one looks really, really great. I am excited about this one. So if you're interested, I will leave a link in the description box below so that you can pick up your own copy from Amazon. All right, next, this is also new and hot off the press. This was sent to me by Sally Berry. This is their new adorable Easter easy coloring book. Sally Berry releases a lot of various kind of, I would say, on the easier side of coloring books. So if this is something that maybe you or your children would like, definitely something I think that appeals to a variety of ages. I know for me, I like to color some easier designs sometimes. I'm not always in for looking for things that are terribly intricate, but this one almost seems maybe slightly more intermediate than what I've experienced from them before, and I am excited about that. So let's take a peek inside this book. Still got my notes there. All right. Sally Berry, nice cute little book belongs to page. Information about coloring. They have a color test page here so you can test your different mediums and colors available. And then we get started. Cute! Their books are always, and their designs are always super, super cute. Single-sided. I love that they have these just really, really bold black lines. It makes it really, really nice for utilizing alcohol markers. So if you're a first time using alcohol markers, somebody that is new into using alcohol markers, you can definitely do these without having major problems with bleeding. Also makes it really nice for things like crayons. So if you're someone who likes to use crayons to color, definitely really nice. So I'm definitely seeing some that are much easier and more simple coloring pages, and then some that have some more detail. Happy Easter. Very cute. Oh, unicorn with the egg. Yeah, like this one definitely is very much more detailed. Now this one I could definitely see like going to town with some gel pens and stuff, make it all glittery. Very sweet. Cute. Oh, the gnomes are really cute. Hip hop. That's cute with the little bunny ears and the little garland. Lots and lots of bunnies and eggs. Things we think of with Easter. Oh, that's sweet. I may have to color that one. That's really cute. Basket of eggs. All right, and so then they give their information down here for their Facebook group so that you can get to know them and share their pages. I will say the Sally Berry group I really do like. I'm on their Facebook group and enjoy seeing what people post there. They do also have information here for their social media, and then they have a really nice catalog of their books at the end of each book that they have. I like that it's here. You can kind of check off what you have. I have a good variety of these books. The Kawaii one that came out last month was fantastic. So they have some really, really great books in here that people love and adore. I love their advent calendar that they come out with every year. So they have a really fantastic line of books. Certainly worth checking out if you like the style that I just showed you with this book. So thank you to Sally Berry for sharing this with me. What a wonderful and lovely book. All right, next, let's go on to this last book. This was sent to me from the Belva family. This is the last in their, or most recent in their series of their mystery mosaics. These are the 3x3mm squares. So small squares with numbers in them. It's color by number format so that you can fill in the square with the corresponding color. It gives you kind of a pixelated book, but it's more of a mystery than for, say, the Alexandra Franzese book that I showed you at the very beginning. They have their nice 22 color palette. It's standardized. They use this across all their books, which I love. They give you also a really nice variety of different images here. I like how they mix it up, even though these are quotes, that they kind of keep the style a little bit different. So that is really fun. So we'll take a look, and while it's hard to do a little bit of a flip through of this book, certainly I want to give you an idea for how this works. So here is the book belongs to page. One of the things I also look for in all of the Belva Family books is they have these really cool corresponding backgrounds that are on these books as well that kind of correspond with the theme. So with this being quotes, I can see it's lots of different words that are on the opposite page, which is really, really fun. So this is it looks like there are 25 pages in this book. Oh, that's nice. So in the table of contents too, they do have, I guess, like some hints, or these might even be the quotes themselves that are in each of these, on each of these pages. So I like that. It kind of gives you, even though it's going to be a little bit of a mystery, it kind of gives you an idea for what the quote is going to be. So if maybe there's something that stands out to you in particular, or something maybe that you would like to color, this can give you some direction. This is a nice little addition here. They do have the color palette that you can cut out here and take with you for when you swatch your mediums that you utilize. And then here is what a page looks like. So when you're probably looking at this online, you can't really tell what this is. When I zoom in, you'll be able to see a little bit more. So that is what each of the individual squares look like. They're pretty itty bitty teeny tiny. So I don't really ever recommend these books if you are somebody who suffers from any type of visual impairment. But these are kind of some of those books that you either kind of love them or you're kind of meh about them. I find these books do take a long time to complete. There are various methods at which people do complete these books. Some people do what we call the X method, where they put an X in each of the squares, rather than filling the square in completely. You can fill in each of the squares completely, or some people also use the dot method. So in each of the squares too, you can put a little dot. So the dot method and the X or cross stitch method are methods that ideally take less time. I will tell you, I don't necessarily find that to be the case in all situations, because when you do the background of the image, sometimes if you're coloring in the blocks completely, you can just cover a large surface area really quickly if you're just filling everything in versus filling in each square individually. So, but you kind of determine what you think might work best for you. I have done both. I've done all three of those styles, and I find that filling it in just seems to be what works best for me. I do also prefer to use water-based markers like Crayola Super Tip markers, or I have some Ohuhu water-based markers like brush markers and stuff that I will use for these books, just because the squares are so small. If you try to use alcohol marker, they do have a tendency to bleed a little bit more. So not impossible to use alcohol marker, but definitely if it's your first time working on some of these books, I would definitely recommend just taking a look at what mediums you have and what might make the most sense. So it looks like they do have a variety of portrait and landscape designs in this book too. And yeah, so that gives you kind of an idea of what some of the pages in here look like. I do like that they have the color palette listed on the bottom of the page here, which is nice for reference. I like to say, you know, okay, so I see a lot of number 4s. So I'm going to do number 4. So I color the number 4 with my orange, and then I color in all of the 4s. So it's kind of a check off so that I know that, you know, which colors I've completed on the palette, because I don't necessarily go in order. For what I see, I go by kind of what I see the most of and then kind of work my way down. So yeah, so that is just a fun, new, and interesting concept. If you are interested in the Belva Family books, I will tell you they have a pretty large catalog of the style of book if you're interested in it. So they do include a catalog at the end of their books here as well. They have just standard color, mosaic, color by number, regular color by number. They have these puzzle color by number, stone mosaics, which are my favorite series. The 3-color series is also one of my favorites. And then they have the mystery mosaics, which is what you see here, which is their 3x3s. And so you can see there's a lot of books here. Most of them have about 25 images a piece. So you definitely have a lot of variety if this is a book that you are interested in. Again, all of the information about their books is available in the description box below if you want to check them out and to see if you want to pick up a copy of this book. So let me bring all of my books back here for you that we just talked about. So that is all that I have for you today. I appreciate you stopping by and spending some time with me. I will see you all in my next video. Bye.